A very good morning, students. This is Rakesh Gagneja from Lalpur Khalsa College of Engineering. So today we are going to start with the topic. We have almost done with our syllabus, but we are just left with the slight concept of linked list. We don't have any implementation of linked list in our syllabus. We just need to let us. We just need to understand the benefits of linked list, why we are using linked list, and what are the various types. Just a theoretical portion only. Okay, so let's begin. So basically, what is a linked list? We already have understanding of a data structure. What do you mean by data structure? What are the various advantages of various data structures which we have already used? We have used arrays. Now, you must be there must be a point in your mind that there are arrays, but still we are going for linked list. Uh, why? Okay. So what is linked list basically? No doubt it is a linear data structure. It is basically it can be called as a sequence of data structures which are connected together via links. A sequence of links which contain some items, and each link contains connection to the another link. Okay, this is the second most used data structure after array. Now question must be in your mind, why linked list? Okay, we already have information in our mind. We know how the arrays are working, multi-dimensional array, single dimensional array, various programs which we are doing using array, but the size of the array is always fixed. Okay, so we must know the upper limit on the number of elements what we are using in advance. Okay, and also the allocated memory which is allocated is equal to the upper limit irrespective of the usage. Okay, no doubt the inserting a new elements in the array is a little bit more, you can say, expensive, but we need to create for the new elements, and the existing elements needs to be shift either left or right path. Okay, so, but this linked list, what does it provide us? you know uh, Linked list, it's basically a collection of the nodes in which we can store the value, and we can also store the address of the next node to whom we are going to point. Okay, exactly, guys, you are thinking absolutely right. it is a it is basically a collection in a sequential way. Okay, where each nodes of a linked list contain data field and address field. Will I'll show you a picture of that particular thing of singly linked list, and then the thing will be easily understood by you. Okay, so let's begin. So as you can see, so we have data. So we have divided the node into the two parts. Okay, the first part, as you can see, it contains data, and the second part, it contains first and contains next. And what do you mean by the next? Next means address of the next node to whom that node is going to be, it points. Okay, the nodes are connected to each other in such a form when where the value of the next variable is when if value of the last variable is null, which indicates that the linked list is finished. Like as you can see, at the last the value is null, it means there is nothing at after this particular node. Okay, so this is basically a simple setup example of singly linked list. Okay, although in order to represent this, we can say that every node contains data and pointer. We can if we're talking about C, we can represent node using structures. Okay, uh, and and the uh, so in certain times the linked list node can also be represented with the uh, some integer data in some cases. Okay, so if we talk about, the linked list can also be represented by the pointer to the first node of the linked list, and the first node of the linked list is called as head. Okay, if in case it is empty, then what would be the case? You're thinking right, then the value of the head is null. Okay, so this is a basic of linked list. The first type, which is called as the single linked list or singly linked list. Okay, guys. Hope the concept is clear from up to this point of view. So next we have this is about the singly linked list, the value and the address of next node. Okay, collection of nodes linked together in a sequential way, where each nodes contain data field and the address field. Okay, this is basically a singly linked list. Now we have doubly linked list. So what do you mean by doubly linked list? Definitely it contains some extra memory to store the address of the previous node together with the address of the next node and the data which are definitely there in the singly linked list. Okay, so here we are storing the address of next as well as the previous nodes. As you can see in this, we can move forward or we can move backward. So what are the various advantages? Very simple. Advantages of doubly linked list is that so we can traverse either in left side or right side, or in terms to understand, we can also say that we can traverse both in forward and backward direction. Okay, insert option, delete option is more efficient if the node is given before in which the insertion should take place. Okay, so there are certain disadvantages which are attached with doubly linked list over the singly linked list. The one disadvantage is that it definitely require more space. Okay, so whenever we have because if you compare this with the previous part, so then we have only single address and then we have the second address, two address, so definitely it requires more space, as each node has an extra memory to store the address of the previous node also. So 2. Okay, so we have 2. At the previous slide we have only 1. Okay, and when the number of modification increase while doing various operation like insertion and deletion. Okay, getting my point, guys? This is a very simple example of doubly linked list. I am repeating it again. In this part, in this particular video, we are in our syllabus it has been written that no implementation, just to understand the concept of linked list, that it is a kind of data structure, although it is very helpful for CSE students when you are moving forward for the another there is a subject called data structure, then it's going to be common. We'll study all the implementation, the practical part and theoretical, everything will be covered. Okay, and in this case, one more thing, the nodes are connected to each other in a form in which the first node has previous node is equal to null and the last node has next is equal to null. Okay, so if you look toward, if you think about that, just try to make this doubly linked list on a piece of paper, and you will find that the nodes are connected in such a way that the first node has previous node null. If you have, just try to figure out a piece of paper and just try to develop a doubly linked list. You will find the first node has a previous address is equal to null and the last node has a next address is equal to null, and which means it is doubly linked list. This happens in case of doubly linked list. Okay, but if we compare this with singly linked list, then when address come null, then it's going to be the last one. Okay, getting my point, guys? This is a difference between the singly linked list and, or you can say, the doubly linked list. Okay, so moving little bit more focus on null concept. In case of singly linked list, node are connected in such a way that the value of the next variable of last node is null. Okay, which indicates the end of linked list. This is in case of singly linked list. But if we talk about the doubly linked list, the nodes are connected in such a way that the first node has previous node null and the last node has next is equal to null. This is a basic difference. If you because whenever we are doing with pointers, we'll discuss null pointer and all those concepts. So we need to understand that. Okay. So hope the concept is clear up to this point. Doubly linked list. Okay. If you want to go ahead and want to understand more, just try to find out the differentiate between singly and doubly linked list on a tabular form. Okay. So next we have circular linked list. So now uh, uh, definitely there is a you can see there is a linked list in the form of circle, or there is a loop over there. The circular linked list is, you can say, can either be a singly or can either be a doubly linked list. Okay. uh, in which there is no null value. Okay. We can implement a circular linked list by making use of any of the singly or doubly. Okay. In this case, because it, as you can see, in singly linked list, the next of last node contain the address of first node, and in case of doubly linked list, the next of last node contain the address of first node. But what happens circular linked list? Advantages. Okay, in this case, you can see we can traverse circular linked list by any of the node. Okay, you can traverse the circular linked list by any node. Okay, it definitely requires a data structure. We want a list to be accessed in a, you can say, the loop or a circle form. Okay. One more thing you should think about it. We can easily traverse to the previous node in a circular linked list. Okay, which is definitely not possible in singly linked list. Actually, we need to traverse the circular linked list very carefully, because some of the times, because as we have already discussed, we don't have any null value over there, and we are almost familiarized without we are always familiarized with the null node that singly and doubly contains. So some of the time the programmers find difficult to hold null values, because sometimes it is very difficult to uh, uh, traverse, because it ends up in an infinite loop. The operations in the circular linked list are certainly complex. Okay, like reversing a circular linked list, it is little bit complex as compared to singly and doubly linked list. But although we have discussed the advantages and disadvantages of all the linked list, so just frame all those things into a paper and just figure out what's going to be the better, what's going to be the less time consuming, what's going to be the best. They, now another thing, there are certain operations which we can perform on linked list. Uh, Although we have discussed about the certain functions while we are doing in the theoretical class, like we can traverse. Okay, traverse means just traverse all the nodes after one another. Okay. We can perform a function called as the insertion, that we can add a node at the given position. We can perform deletion. We can delete a node. We can perform searching. We can search any of the element with the help of the value. We can update. We can sort. You are already aware, but we have already done all types of sorting. We can merge the linked list, and merging it two linked lists into the one linked list. Okay. So so this is these are very interesting concepts that we'll do, that definitely in your course during next semester, or maybe next to next semesters in your coming semester. So this is about the linked list. I hope the concept is clear up to this point of view. To now, we are, although we have finished our syllabus, this is the only thing which I feel I need to explain to you. So hope you are getting best from our videos. Happy learning. Be safe. Thank you for your patience listening.